Donald Trump, as you know, is still leading in all the polls, and we've got this big debate coming up. Here's what I want to put to you. I want to give you a little something to think about here. Completely outside of the election, and that is the permanent infrastructure of political consultants. Most of you don't know this, so this ought to be entertaining for you. When you see an ad on TV, how do you think it got there? Well, the campaign hired an agency and said, here's a bunch of money, and I want you to go and make these TV buys, okay? And there are 4 rates, preemptible without notice, preemptible with notice, non-preemptible, and I forget what the 4th one is. So a TV station can give a rate card to somebody in a campaign who's an agent, then they can say, all right, if we can just preempt it whenever we want, then here's what it'll cost you. Oh, and the 4th one is called run of station, ROS. That's even worse. That just means you give them money, and the run of station is, we'll put it up when we want. It's our decision. So that's the worst. Then the next is preemptible, where you buy the 6 o'clock news, but if somebody gives us more money, we get to throw you off, and we don't even have to tell you. Then there's preemptible with notice, which means we've got to call you and tell you that your thing might get thrown off. Do you want to put in the rest of the money and keep it on? Or the 4th one is it's non-preemptible. And those, man, the difference between those rates can be astronomical. I've spent a lot of money doing TV advertising when I ran for Congress and when I ran for president. So we hired an agent. That's what people do. And if the ad costs $100, the agent keeps $15 and gives $85 to the station. That's the way it works, okay? 15%. So there is an infrastructure in this country that does political ad buys. Now, if somebody wants to do $1 million ad buy in, say, Iowa, do the math. How much is the commission for that agency? You got it, $150,000. And there are people who are going to spend 10, 20, 30, $50 million on TV advertising. There's some ad agency people that are going to get really wealthy. All right? So you got the ad agency people. You have people who run mailing houses. These are people who rent lists. Now, we have a list. We do not rent our list. All right? But there are people, it's very common, that, you know, you've given money to XYZ Ministry, and XYZ Ministry, to help its cash flow, they've got 10,000 names on their list, and they go to a list broker, and they say, I'd like to rent my list. And I'm going to rent these names for $0.10 a piece. So 10,000 names at $0.10 a piece means that they get $1,000 for renting the names for one mailing, okay? And if somebody rents their list once a month, well, that's $12,000 at the end of the year. And some names go for more than that, 12, 15 cents. It depends on the list. The list management company, they get 15%. Yeah, for managing the list. Then you've got the print houses that actually print the letters, okay? There's a handful of really big print houses that are making a fortune off printing for the stuff that comes in the mail. Then there are the consultants, the people who give wisdom and prudence to the people running for office. They make serious money, and they're just being paid for their brains, their ideas. Then there's people who write copywriters. Copywriters for the ads, copywriters for the fundraising letters. Do you see? And there's more, but I got to close out this segment. Donald Trump stands to upend a good number of these people. They're trying to figure out ways to get rid of him because the inside power structure of the Republican Party isn't just the candidates and the office holders. It's all of these unelected people that are making a fortune off of political campaigns who stand to be threatened and maybe lose some of their prestige and their money if all of their ideas didn't work. They're going to say, I want somebody who thinks like Donald Trump, and it could create a whole new realm of people in the political process that aren't part of the good old boy club, whether it's the Democratic side or the Republican side. That's one of the reasons I'm so tickled that Donald Trump is running, because the entire structure that has become so corrupt and has such a stranglehold around us, the whole structure is tottering. Ooh, what if it goes down? I'll feel good about myself and about the world. Yes. Christians must be involved in government, period. If Christians weren't involved in government, we would not have a United States of America. And there have been brilliant Christian minds over the centuries, such as John Locke, who is called the philosopher of American liberty. He was quoted by Clarence Thomas in his recent dissent on the homosexual marriage decision. If we don't understand John Locke, we don't understand the founding of America. I want to send you this book and my book, The Sword, subtitled The Blessing of Righteous Government and The Overthrow of Tyrants. I want to send you these two books for a gift of whatever you can afford. Pay the $8 shipping and handling, which does not cover our costs, and then give a gift of whatever size you want, and we'll send you these books. If you cannot afford anything but the $8, can't even afford that, write us a note, and we'll send them to you for free. I want you to have these books so that you can be better equipped to fight in the political arena. Come on, order them today.